What's up everybody and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at this 2023 Audi A8L. Big shout out and thank you to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this 2023 A8 for today's video. Take a look at their website, linked down below. Now this one is finished off in glacier white. MSRP is just under $100,000 and this one has the S-Line package, black optics package, and that executive package. Underneath the hood of the 2023 Audi A8L, you're going to find a 3-liter twin turbocharged 6-cylinder motor. This V6 is pumping out 335 horsepower with 369 pound-feet of torque, and of course it sends it through an 8-speed automatic transmission through the Quattro all-wheel drive system. The overall curb weight is around 4,700 pounds and it runs on a 21.6 gallon fuel tank, so you're looking at 19 miles per gallon in the city with 28 out on the highway. Overall length is 208.7 inches with wheelbase at 123.2. Height is 58.6 and width is 76.6 inches. Now you can also opt for the S8, which will pack a twin-turbo V8. However, this A8 even can do 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds and top out at 130 miles per hour. And then now moving on to the exterior styling with the 2023 Audi A8. This is their largest sedan with a very luxurious focused design and driving dynamic. You're going to see the LED headlights with a really cool design and of course daytime running lights, finished off with a blacked out housing. The grille is finished off with black along the mesh. We get our Quattro badge, of course the 4 rings, and then a forward-facing camera. You see a really cool mesh design to allow some cooling to the engine. There's a safety sensor down below, and then a nice front splitter. There's more gloss black trim on the side with sensors and parking sensors. There's a lot of sharp lines throughout the front bumper, and it fades its way towards the hood, where you're going to see a prominent line on the left and right side fading towards the windshield. Has a very nice proportion up in front to give it that grand design. And then moving to the side profile, we get a parking sensor along with a gloss black trim piece, and then these are the black optics wheels. These are 21-inch diameter wheels with a nice diamond cut and gloss black color. You can see the S-Line badge on the front fender, and then one clean body line going through the side profile. There's more sharp lines in the lower side skirt with that gloss black trim piece, and then we even get body colored on the mirror caps with an integrated turn signal and camera, body colored door handles, and then I really like the body line underneath the window surrounds. We get all gloss black trim for the windows and a full panoramic sunroof with the black portion on the back of the roof. And then if we move to the side profile, the A8 being the longest vehicle they offer, with just a very nice grand design, has a pretty good proportion to make it look super luxury focused. As we make our way in rear, you can see how that roofline just slowly comes its way down towards the rear trunk. We get our Audi badge up on top, then a nice LED bar connecting the taillights just to give it a sophisticated look. We get the A8L badge, parking sensors in the rear bumper, more gloss black trim surrounding the rear diffuser, and I like the gloss black in the entire lower section. Overall, this definitely has a luxurious look and a very sophisticated design. And then moving to the key fob, we get the Audi logo, lock, unlock, and a trunk release. And then you just get gloss black on the back. This does feature, of course, proximity key, so keeping the car locked and the key in my pocket, I can just grab the door handle, it'll unlock. We can check out this beautiful leather interior. This one has the cognac brown all throughout it, and you're gonna see a little bit of dark wood trim and then black contrast. Taking a look at the door panel, we get smooth black leather up on top, very nice color for this brown wood, some piano black with memory seating, and then Alcantara throughout the center. Got a release handle nicely integrated with lock and unlock, all of your window and mirror controls, a good grab handle, and then padding on the armrest. You can also open that up, get a nice little storage cubby, and then more storage down below, and your trunk release button. You can see an aluminum silver trim piece on the door, and then you can see all of your power controls on the left side of the seat, finished in aluminum color and piano black, and then moving to the really nice cognac leather. We get perforated leather throughout the center, very nice stitching design all the way up the backrest, and then smooth for the headrest. Spinning around, we get a very nice looking black leather steering wheel with black leather on the airbag cover and aluminum trim. And then now inside the A8, keep my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and fire it up. 3 different screens are gonna all roar to life. And then if we take a look at the digital instrument cluster, this is a massive LCD screen. You can see your tach on the left, speedometer on the right, along with fuel and temperature, and then a few vitals. Now you can toggle between the view icon to get a full screen navigation and get those dials out of the way, or you can go back to this. Then you can also use these arrows and the roller dial. You can scroll left and right on the main screen. We have audio information. You can go under trip information and just continue scrolling and see a lot of different vitals within the car. And of course, any of these menus, you can toggle the view icon and get you back to this screen. So really cool the way everything is laid out. On the steering wheel itself, we have controls on the right side for some Bluetooth and audio. We have paddle shifters on the back side, turn signal stalk on the left side, with your windshield wipers on the right, and then cruise control is the lower stalk down there. We also have a power button for your tilting and telescoping steering column, and then headlight controls on the left side of the steering wheel. You can see the fan speed as well. You can easily just swipe your finger left and right to adjust that fan, and then we get nice smooth black leather running across the dashboard. Throughout the center, you're going to see more piano black along with that brown wood color, and I love how it all continues into that door. We get a Quattro badge on the right side, air vents up on top, and then moving to the upper screen. So if we exit out of all this, you can see our main screen right now. You can easily swipe left and right, see all sorts of different information. We have a button right here for all of your media that will come up, more audio controls, and then your phone integration, and then a full screen navigation system as well. Now if we go under the home menu and see a few things, of course you can configure a little bit of it. We have different phone apps that'll pop up if they have them. Then we have vehicle information you're able to go into. You can adjust your suspension, air conditioning, seats, things like that. And just really simple the way everything is laid out, and you really get all the information you could want in this car. Underneath that, we have basically your climate controls on a touch screen. So we have our temperature on the left side that you can press, also with your fan speed. And then if you tap the seat itself, it'll pop up here with all of your different controls. We have more down here for heated and ventilated seating, syncing the air conditioning. You can turn off the screen, garage door buttons, and the auto start stop. If I go ahead and put it into reverse, you're gonna see that backup camera popping up with a top-down view. You're able to adjust a few of these. You can toggle this, we get that front view camera. Also take a look at a larger top-down, rear view, a zoomed in one, and then of course a 3D camera, which you can easily adjust. So a really nice camera system. Pressing the P, we're back into park. And then underneath that, we have the engine start stop button, the parking sensors, along with the smart park, and then the safety icon will pop up with some of those. We have volume on the right side, more piano black throughout the entire center with your electronic parking brake. And then if we tap this, we get 2 cup holders and your 12 volt. Now down below, we have 2 different armrests, and there's actually a little lever you can press, and it will pull this up for a little bit extra comfort. And then of course, you can just lift them up to open up for the center console. We have a little bit of space in here, not too bad. There's also 2 USB plugs, and you can individually close them. And then on the far right side, we have a pretty large glove box, as you would expect. One last look at the interior. Super luxurious in here. Very nice fit and finish. The materials are definitely top notch, and it looks really nice. You're also going to see a black fabric headliner with a sunshade. Then we have all the controls for the roof and dome lights. And you can just tap this button on the back. It's going to open up the rear sunshade. And then the one right here will of course open up the front. So we have a dual pane roof, which is very nice to see. Then we have a nice frameless mirror. And then moving on to the rear seat space, if I grab the door handle and open it up, interior door panels finished off just like we saw up front. You're even going to get a little storage cubby. You have controls for the windows along with these sunshades. You have a sunshade in the door itself. And then we even have memory seating and things like that. The interior, you're going to find all the same leather interior. These do massage you as well. And then in the center, we can pull this down and you're going to get a very cool looking console. You have different controls right here to adjust all your seating. We have a touchscreen as well, which will turn on in a second. Cup holders that will come up, and then even more storage in that center. And then along with more amenities, you can see your climate controls right in the center with that same touch sensitive slider. We can pull this down for 2 12 volts, and there's storage on the front seats. All right, so sitting now in the back seat of the A8, this is one comfortable sedan. So I'm 5'11", sitting back here in the normal setting, and it's super nice. If I hold this button down, leg rest is gonna come up a little bit, and the whole seat is gonna start to recline to give me even more comfort. And now we're reclined, and I mean, this is a nice place. Now up above, we even get vanity mirrors with LED lights, cool trim piece on the ceiling, and then a grab handle. And then taking a look at this center screen, like I mentioned, you can see a few different cool settings. So we have a seat icon you can go into. You can see your settings, the massage, temperature as well. You get heated and cooled seats. You can easily toggle any of these, and then we have an arrow right here to go into that. You can get out of the way. And then we have your blinds. You can open up media and radio you're able to adjust, and then some more settings. So if we go under the blinds now, and when we just tap all on this one, every one of them is gonna close. So now we are gonna get a nice dark interior, and that really feels like a super luxurious design. So definitely back seat is pretty nice in an A8. And then moving on to the cargo area, you can tap the button on the key fob, the one on the door, or just the one on the rear. This is gonna open up and give you so much interior space. Of course, this is a very large sedan, and as you can see, nice and squared off, you can see there's hooks on the far right and left side, and there's even a storage net. And then you can pull the center of the seat down to get access for a few longer items. And then of course, just press the button once, and it's gonna automatically close. All right, so we are setting off now in the A8L. In comfort mode, just normal automatic. It is a super smooth car. Of course, this is their luxury version. You know, the S8 is gonna be the one that has the real power. This one's quick enough. I wouldn't say it's really all too fast. It's got enough power to do what you gotta do and get pretty good gas mileage. So it's a pretty good power plant. Now, as far as normal things, this is just such a nice place to be. You don't hear anything. It is so insulated. You got a huge windshield, the heads-up display is in a nice position. So really good visibility. All the mirrors do a great job. And over your right and left shoulder, honestly, you really don't have any blind spots. It feels like a nice open car, and yet you feel like you're kind of inside the car away from everything else too. So it's a super isolated vehicle. Now the suspension, you are riding on a cloud. Of course, it's adjustable with the settings that we already saw in there. I mean, it is just a really good place to be. All the tech too works really nice. It's easy and yet fancy feeling. So you got kind of everything you need, and yet it doesn't feel like it's hard to learn how to use all the tech in this car. I'm definitely a fan of just cruising in it, you know, the climate control, everything. It's just everything you want, and it looks great. When you're taking a turn, giving it some gas, I mean, it's got enough power. Let's toggle it up a little bit into dynamic mode. Go into manual. I mean, it's healthy, you know, it'll get you up on the highway, things like that, passing traffic. I wouldn't say you're gonna buy an A8 to be any type of sporty car. You want the S8 if you're gonna want something that's a little bit more performance focused. Even in dynamic mode, this is still insanely comfortable. So you can tell everything about this car is just a luxury car. It's not about performance or sport. It's just about looking good and feeling good while you're cruising in it. I don't think there's anything from a driver's point of view that's really bad about it. Only thing I notice, the silver here really reflects some sunlight. So that can get a little annoying depending on the light you're at. You know, whatever angle the sun is, it might be a little annoying just having that glare. But the transmission shifts pretty smooth. The power delivery is very smooth. Honestly, everything about this just feels like a good car. It's nice in here, it's nice to be. The seats are super comfortable with a million different adjustments. I mean, you could be on a long road trip and you're not gonna get fatigued. I don't have any issues just cruising in this car. The controls are also easy to work with on your seat, and then all the other controls, the massaging seat function and everything like that. Steering, weightless. I mean, everything you'd want in a luxury car, the A8 seems to do. Really good fit and finish. And it just seems like a pleasant car to be in. All right, so turning around to my honest thoughts. Let's get up to some speed. Nicely up to 55 miles per hour. I could say the only downfall being a $100,000 top tier luxury car. To have a 300 something horsepower V6, I feel like it could be a little bit more powerful. The S8 packs a lot of power. That is a big twin turbo V8. I feel like this should at least make like closer to 400 horsepower torque, just because of the price, the prestige of what this car is. I could see it being a little bit more powerful. One cool thing I realized, if you turn these all the way off, that air vent is actually gonna tuck away, which is really cool to see. I'm not sure if the rest are gonna do that or not, but this thing has some nice fancy technology. So at least that side one, that is pretty cool, and this side one, they'll tuck away. So just cool little things with this car like that just kind of make it extra. So we'll just go ahead and turn these back on because it is hot out. But overall, you know, like I said, it's a nice place to be. It feels like a good normal car. The quality is there. It's quick enough, just you really got to give it full throttle to start going. So I wouldn't mind more power in the car. Most people probably wouldn't care less about that. I think it's plenty. However, being the price point, like I said, Other than that, you know, the tech is nice to use. I feel like it's a good overall car. You know, when you look at Audi's spectrum, the A8 is just that relaxed car, probably older demographic, someone who just wants a comfortable, nice to be in car. And those back seats are something else. You know, I've been in the Mercedes S-Class. We had one of them for a week. This is kind of the same level, I would say. Aside from having pillows, I feel like this having the screen in the center, it's a little bit more intuitive than the way Mercedes does their back seat, at least for the S-Class that we checked out. So I feel like this one really gives you a nice back seat to be in. And it's a toss-up. I honestly would rather be in the back seat than in the front seat of this car. Not to say it's not a nice car to drive. Obviously it is. But it's nice that they really do give you a back seat. And for $100,000, when you take the whole picture of it, a $100,000 sedan that has that type of luxurious back seat that's super roomy, super comfortable, like genuinely comfortable. You can actually fit back there and it doesn't feel like you're sacrificing. I feel like a lot of sedans are really not all too nice in the back. This is a nice place to be. So for the price point, I think they've given you all the luxuries you would expect, and it just feels like a premium car. Everything you touch, everything you mess with, you know, the armrests and everything, it is a pleasant car to drive, just relaxing. That is what this car is about. It is supposed to be a relaxing car, and I could drive this hours and hours, probably a 10-hour trip in this, it really wouldn't be an issue. And if you have full-grown adults in the back seat, they're going to be equally as comfortable. And I think that's what you're paying for. You're paying for a car where at least 4 people can be in perfect comfort driving this and just enjoy being in something that feels like a couch, but on the road. But that is the 2023 Audi A8L. Very nice luxury car, and honestly for $100,000, if you look at the whole package of what this car has to offer, this one's pretty much fully loaded. Not bad, honestly. Just wouldn't mind a little bit more pep to the engine, but other than that, definitely a cool car. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for plenty more content, and a big shout out once again to Carolina Auto Direct for providing this car for today's video. Take a look at their website. They get a ton of nearly brand new pre-owned cars, so definitely check them out. But that is it, guys. I will see you all in the next video.